Merry meet and blessings to you, witches, pagans, kindred, and to all my relatives. I am Lady Belladonna Laveau, the matriarch of the Aquarian Tabernacle Church. Thank you for your interest in the state of the church and for listening tonight. We live in interesting times. The world is changing. Old structures are being challenged. New ways of thinking are being introduced and adopted into the world, and it is exciting. We have seen the Great Mother's message from the World Love Tour of 2018 seep into the minds of the people. Home gardening has now become a popular solution to the food crisis, and the climate crisis is being addressed by all reasoning and scientifically minded people. Many things have happened in our world this past year. It has been raw and unsettling, yet filled with surprising blessings for which, without the problems faced during the pandemic, we would not have incorporated into our world. Thankfully, the Goddess prepared us for these challenges. And while we did not expect a pandemic, those of us who heard her message were not caught unaware. I have done my very best to utilize this time to help grow our membership, remodel and repair the building, acquire more land, build our financial profile, and be ready to usher in a new era. I'm excited to tell you what progress we've made, challenges we have faced, and where we plan to go from here. The success of the second virtual Spring Mysteries Festival number 36 cannot be understated. With the entire year to plan and prepare, we were able to produce the Greater Mysteries online and initiate 218 people into the service of Demeter this year. These join the likes of Plutarch, Socrates, Aristotle, Homer, Ovid, and many other initiates into the rites of Eleusis. The gods came. Demeter was honored. We were transformed and spiritually fed to the depths of our soul. We had a successful yearly fundraiser, and the church will be on solid financial footing for the foreseeable future. This brings me to the theme of Hecate Sickle Festival. Avalon! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited! I'm so excited to be exploring Avalon with you. It's going to be so much fun. It will probably be online. The state is still not allowing us to reserve the park, but until that happens, we will have to plan for an online event. Registration is currently open. I would like to share with you about the ATC International. We have a new archpriestess. During the pandemic, the goddess approached me to help Africa. The ATC used to have a large presence in Africa, and personnel changes had led to a disconnect. I did not know our African covens, and not being able to travel there due to financial limitations made getting to know them difficult. Over the decade that I have been archpriestess, we have had many requests from African pagans, and I do not have the cultural knowledge to adequately service their needs. The goddess asked me to empower Vinette Kruger as Archpriestess of Africa, and after approaching her, I have found her to be a lovely, talented, and powerful priestess who can lead the pagans in Africa appropriately. Vinette has already established herself as a pagan leader and has effortlessly stepped into this position. We will have an installation ceremony at some time in the future, and I'm sure that will be online as well as in person. We are honored and proud to add Vinette to this prestigious group of Wiccan clergy. We will keep you posted on developments there. I'm also proud to announce that we have achieved a milestone for Wicca and paganism that I've been striving for since becoming Dean of Wolstenstein Theological Seminary. We have hired a full-time salaried position, the first ever paid position in the history of the ATC. I'm so excited. This is a historical moment, you guys, and a blessing to all pagans. The Dean of WSTS, the only state-recognized college degree-granting agency in Wicca, has a full-time paid dean as of now. And it's not me. I stepped down from dean and installed Lady Cara D. Williams, previously our Dean of Education. Cara has a master's degree in education and is a third-degree ATC priestess. She has served as Dean of Education for the entire time I've been Dean of the school. I am so grateful to have a paid person on staff, the first and only paid ever in ATC's history. Congratulations, Lady Cara. There is sure to be an in-person installation in the future. Announcements will come as soon as social norms allow. Having a salaried dean is the first step in becoming an accredited college. Being accredited is a difficult process, especially for Wiccan colleges, and here are the reasons why. There are no other comparable schools to create an accrediting body, forcing us to seek accreditation from sources that don't understand our religion. And the other one is you must have salaried employees that are paid comparable to other colleges. Lady Cara is first updating all the college courses to interface with modern norms, and then she will continue the accreditation process that has already begun. Oh man, that's going to be something. We have made great strides in this school year, taking it off the Second Life and bringing it fully into Teams with web classes that are recorded for future viewing. We were first concerned that our ministry on Second Life would struggle without the school, or that the school would struggle without the virtual platform, but to the contrary, both have experienced more success without the other. You will be excited to know that the school has almost 100 students for the first time since its inception. And Sacred Cauldron on Second Life is a thriving virtual ministry. You might have noticed that the church's presence on Facebook is diminishing. Archpriest Dusty Dion has left Facebook and has established a strong presence on TikTok with 30,000 followers. 30,000 followers. Oh my goodness, 30,000 followers. Our Facebook membership is nowhere near that number. See, Facebook has allowed for a radicalization that makes for an unsavory experience, where lies are made up and told for truth, and conspiracy theories threaten our culture and even our nation. Dusty is a champion for truth and cannot fight the constant onslaught of untruths that are told on Facebook about him, me, the ATC, or other institutions that he loves. And so he has removed his presence and found a new love for sharing about the ATC online. You should go check him out on TikTok, and you can find me, the ATC, and many of your other church friends there. To ensure that you stay connected with the ATC and receive announcements and news, be sure to check your spam folders for emails from atcwicca.org and prioritize any emails that might get accidentally filtered into your spam folder. Speaking of Facebook, there are some vicious rumors that continue to circulate even though we have done our very best to let our actions speak for themselves. Let me say this. The church does not shun or excommunicate people. Excommunication is a Mormon thing, and I never do anything Mormon other than sing the Mormon birthday song. Everyone is allowed at the church anytime they wish to come, unless they create an unsafe environment for others. We do not allow antagonists to disrupt the balance. We do not allow predators to victimize the Wicca. The church will be a safe space for all. Meaning, once someone makes it unsafe for others, they have to excuse ourselves. They have to excuse themselves from our holy right. People who find themselves in this position like to complain that there is no way to return to the church, no way to address grievances, yet there are plenty of people who have left the church and returned. Those people usually aren't harming others. It's easy to tell the people who have been predatory and antagonistic to church members because once we stop letting them do it to our face, they keep doing it on social media. We ask you to not indulge this behavior. If you have concerns about happenings at the Mother Church, we encourage you to come and experience the magic yourself or call and ask. Ask us directly. We're happy to resolve problems, clear up misunderstandings, or answer any questions you might have. A person's behavior speaks for itself. The hidden children of the goddess are wise enough to know that people are always talking about themselves when they are pointing the finger at others. Accountability is a word that I've heard thrown around about how the church doesn't hold people accountable for their actions. I've prayed about this and thought about my overly compassionate heart. I have erred in leadership on the side of being too kind, too forgiving, to the point that I have allowed a couple of people to hurt our community. Many have suffered because I have delayed in taking action to protect you from the lies told. I have not wanted to act against the people that I love because it would make me sad to cause them pain. And because of that, I have allowed them to hurt many of you. I apologize for that. I have avoided dealing with sacrilege, lies, and crimes against the church, and for that, I'm sorry. I have spent too many years hoping that people would be accountable to the mirror. I have learned that criminogenic thinking is real and common. The commonality is that they rationalize all their behaviors that hurt others, accepting no true responsibility. I've accepted that criminally minded people will never see an accurate reflection in the mirror, and that is what makes them criminally minded. What I have learned is how to spot a criminal in our midst and how to stand against them. And I pledge to you that I will be more diligent in protecting the church in the future, and that I will bear the burden of watching the perpetrator suffer instead of everyone else in our community. I hope that you can forgive me and support me to learn and grow as a leader. The goddess Demeter has spent much time in what she calls her Anacteron. You will know it as the Hecate Shrine. Demeter considers it her holiest of holies. She's asked for many things this year, but it all revolves around the restoration of her holy city and her gardens. She is very concerned for the future of our food and for our food freedom. She feels it is imperative that she has the year-round care of her priesthood so she can be restored to roam the earth and bring back the balance. For many years, I've been called to bring the goddess into the light. I've often wondered what that meant, and in over the 30-plus years of service, I've come to understand that it has many layers. And I don't know that I will ever fully complete this task, although I have completed it many times. We are currently raising the money to buy land. Through a generous gift, we have acquired the land where the gate and parking area is at the top of the entrance to Sky Country Club, where the Mother Church is located. We have put in an offer to purchase 2 more areas on the riverfront for gardening, camping, and river access. I've gone back to work so that I can earn money to significantly contribute to the church finances. I am honestly tired of telling hungry mothers that we do not have the ability to help them. I am tired of making something out of nothing and needing too much out of too little. We have things that need to be fixed, and while the church is supposed to live off the donation of its members, we're never going to get anywhere in the pagan community if someone doesn't take an interest in giving us significant amounts of money, or everyone giving a little bit, a lot. I've trained an incredible team in the last 10 years, and they need to be allowed to lead while I'm still around to help them when they struggle. So I've gone back to work, and I've been donating $500 a month since August. I've been asking for donations weekly and updating everyone with how much money we have and what we are doing with it. We currently hold a Gold Star Seal of Transparency with GuideStar Nonprofits Association and have close to $50,000 across ATC Mother Church, Spiral Scouts, Wiccan Seminary, and Wiccan Cauldron. This is more than we had in the bank when Pete was alive, and I'm very proud of the progress we have made. The seminary and the scouting program have been very successful during the pandemic, as have been online attendance to rituals and festivals. Our membership has grown significantly over the past 2 years as well, where we had added about 200 members a year since I became Archpriestess consistently. In the last 2 years, we have added 2,000 members to our database. New membership, that's about 5 times new membership signups, where we were consistently doing the same thing year after year. If you would like to help support the church through regular or one-time donations, there are many ways to send money. You can find these opportunities at atcwicca.org under the Join tab. We also have a GoFundMe to raise money for Demeter's Holy City. We are starting with $2.5 million because that's what the goddess asked us to ask for. There are over 10 million pagans in the United States alone. 10 million documented pagans in the United States alone. And if every one of those pagans donated 25 cents, we'd have more money than we needed. If 1/4 of us donated $1, we would have it. If everyone gives what they can and shares and encourages others to give, we can do this. If you care, give and share. When we were at the Parliament of World Religions, Dusty had a powerful experience that shook us both and still haunts us today. A Native American elder approached Dusty and said, "You guys are pagan, huh? You had everything taken from you. I still have my songs, my language, my culture, and most of my sacred lands. Your people lost everything. One day you won't be too proud to admit it." Right? Since then, I have understood that the goddess needs her holy places, but so do you. How validated would you feel if you could travel to Demeter's holy city, go to her temples or the temples of the Chthonic and Olympian deities? How much easier would it be for us to promote spiritual values if the Great Mother had a permanent home worthy of her? Please take a special interest in helping Demeter by donating to this cause and sharing it to your social network. Encourage others to join, and let's do this together. Lastly, a very exciting thing happened about a month ago. We were asked by the office of the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Washington to submit prayer videos in the style of our religion to be played at the beginning of state Congress meetings. Oh my. We are currently compiling these videos from church elders in the state. That is certainly progress, and we're excited to get to serve in this way. We are growing in membership, land, assets, and as a worldwide and local religion, as well as individuals within the whole church, even though we are apart. The restrictions we have faced have only forced us to find new avenues to express our worship. Our ability to thrive in this environment that has caused so much hardship to so many is a testament to our strength as a people. Please join us in transforming this planet and promoting pagan ideals and values. Together we can affect legislature and laws that are more humane and earth-friendly, create jobs, and promote people over profits. That's the state of the church. Thank you so much for listening. You honor me with your attention. Blessed be.